Hi everybody, welcome to this edition of It's Janice with me, your host, Janice McLean Deloach. Where in the world are we today, you want to know? Well, even if you don't want to know, I'm going to tell you. We are at Project MFG. It is a manufacturing competition for people who want to know where their products are made, who's making their products, and even just how to get into the industry and what the industry is all about. Want to know more? And stay tuned, and we'll be back with more. Hi everybody, welcome back to more of It's Janice with me, your host Janice McLean Deloach. We are at Project MFG in Danville, Virginia, and we are looking at the manufacturing industry. Well, I'm looking at that industry because I just wanted to find out a little bit more about it. And so join with me, I have Mr. Greg Jones, who is the Vice President of Smart Force Development. Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
I am great now.
Now?
Now. I've had some eyelash issues earlier, but we're good now, yes.
Maybe it's the cold weather here in Virginia.
And it is very cold. Yeah. So thank you for joining me today. Let's talk a little bit about who you are and your title, and let's start with that, okay?
Sure. Greg Jones, Smart Force Development at AMT, the Association for Manufacturing Technology. We're in the D.C. area. We advocate for lots of things related to the manufacturing technology industry. We've got about 650 members in manufacturing technology around the country. We produce the largest trade show in the country in manufacturing. It's called IMTS, the International Manufacturing Technology Show. And in my role in Smart Force Development, I'm responsible for producing the education and student event that we do on behalf of the industry for at IMTS.
What brings you here to Danville, Virginia today?
Well, I've been involved with Project MFG since the very beginning. I'm also on the NIMS Board of Directors, so we got NIMS involved to execute this competition and develop it for the Department of Defense. And so I've been working on that. I was also part of the team that brought together all of the industry partners who are here with their equipment, with their staff, with their application engineers. So just involved in putting it all together. This Project MFG is really coming out in the market at a really good time. There's a skills gap in manufacturing. There's really a skills gap in 5-axis machining as well. So doing a 5-axis machining skills competition is really useful at this time in the market. There's been a recent capital spending survey published that projects that the increase in capital spending in 5-axis machining will be about between 18 and 24% next year. So we need to be producing more 5-axis capable students in the educational systems in our country to meet that need. Right now, the market for 5-axis machining is going to grow by about 18% in vertical machining centers in 2020 and about 24% in horizontal machines in 2020. So we're just not meeting the industry need for more 5-axis capable machinists coming directly out of schools. So hopefully that's something that Project MFG will help solve.
Okay. All right. And so could you tell me a little bit about the competition and how this helps to advance what your goal is for you being here today?
The Project MFG 5-axis machining competition was designed to answer a need that came out of a presidential executive order in 2017. So we took a look at, what is the U.S. manufacturing defense capability, and is it sustainable in 5-axis machining? 5-axis is really important to aerospace type of machining applications, so really necessary for U.S. defense industry. And came to the conclusion that workforce is a really important project as part of that executive order, and really important to elevate the manufacturing and machining programs that exist in schools today. We identified there's really only about 100 schools around the country that are doing true 5-axis machining today, and we want to see that grow.
Thank you, Mr. Jones, for being here today and for talking with me. And we're going to follow this competition through and just see how we do. And we hope that this will certainly make a difference. I know that it'll make a difference. And thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right, guys, stay tuned and we'll be right back with more. Hi everybody, we are back with more of It's Janice with me, your host, Janice McLean Deloach. And today I'm in Danville, Virginia. I'm at the Project Manufacturing Challenge. I actually have one of the competitors in the competition today. Hi, please tell me your name.
My name is Brady Reese.
Okay, Brady, would you tell me why it was important for you to look at a career in manufacturing?
Well, it all began when I was in 8th grade, and right now I'm currently a senior at Pickens High School. And my dad, he had originally began machining when he was in high school, so I thought that would be a great opportunity to get a hands-on experience in the machining career. And the first day that I had walked in machine tech, I had felt welcomed in there, and from there I decided that would be the career path that I would want to take.
So, would you tell me how you became involved with the challenge that you're here today participating in? It's called the Next Generation Manufacturing Challenge. There it is.
Definitely. Okay, so well, we had went to nationals during the summer to compete. Well, at first, Jordan Thibodeau and Jacob Campbell, which are my partners out there, they had won the state competition, and I competed and I had placed 4th, but since Jacob, he had won, we had all went up to nationals, and I competed with Vex Mobile Robotics, and Jacob, he ended up winning the national competition for high school, which is great for him. But so Project MFG, they actually contacted us at the Career Center because we had placed so well at state and at nationals, and they contacted us to be able to come up here. So it's a
okay. So, if your team wins, because it's teams, right? What is the outcome that you hope for your career in participating in this competition today?
Okay, so I personally feel like, every team would like to win, but I feel like no matter if you were to win, but as long as you're having fun with what you're doing and you're coming out with more knowledge than you went in with, that's a great opportunity for you and your team. And for my career, I'm learning more stuff while I'm up here than I had originally known. So I think that'll help me in the long run.
Now, I couldn't help but notice that there's not a lot of women here, and you are, and I'm proud of everybody here, so let me just say that. But would you just talk a little bit about your experiences, being a female in the competition, and just why it's important for other women and minorities to look into this career, because it could really be a great career track, I think. Yeah? Okay,
so well, like I said, when I had walked into machine tech, and me being here today, I did realize as soon as I walked in the door I was the only female in here. And well, it's kind of been a learning process to be around men all of the time, but I think women need to, I feel like some may step back, they're scared to go into a field of just men, but I feel like it would be a great opportunity if more women would get involved with machining, Vex Mobile Robotics, and things like that, because I feel like industry looks for things that stand out like that.
Right.
So.
And I have to just say, the guys here have been super nice and really friendly, and they seem like they want everybody to succeed, not just because you're a woman, but just in general. It just seems like the industry is really geared toward making sure people are supportive and they get the help that they need. And I just thought that was really great. I thought it was really special. Okay, if you want to just leave anybody with a few words about anything, we can do that, and if you don't, that's fine too.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Well, listen, thank you, Brady. It was my pleasure to meet you, and good luck to you guys. All right. Okay. All right, guys, stay tuned, and we'll be right back with more.
I'm Japeth Gurith. I am one of the machining instructors over there. This is Jordan Thibodeau, one of the students, CAD CAM specialist, as well as our welder, Coleman Anthony, Brady Reese, also with the machining program, and Jacob, also one of our CAD CAM specialists in the machining program. Yeah, this is the first year our program has started up 5-axis, so this is fairly new to us as far as doing it as a program ourselves. I know both of these gentlemen have worked with one of the technical colleges that's really close to us as far as setting up some of their Haas 750s. So as far as the competition itself, it is a different kind of layout than skills. Definitely more versatile. While skills focuses on one specific skill area, this focuses on creating a project like an industry would, and how many different kind of skills get involved in that, as far as welding and machining and having to work together and understanding the other person's skill and having to communicate back and forth, understanding sometimes that the machinist needs to rely on the welder needs to rely on the machinist, and we rely on their specialties and converse with one another to work together. So I felt like in that aspect it definitely portrays the same image as the industry does, and definitely having to strategize and work together even when time is an issue, material is an issue, tooling may be an issue. So also in that aspect, it also relates what industry would kind of show. So this program's desire is to push it as far as we can, regardless of high school, technical. If we can make it to that level, if we can continue to push, regardless if we're stepping on grounds with technical schools, colleges, whatever, we as a high school are in the game, especially as a career center, to push the education of skill levels. So we're not bound by where we are as a school level. We're bound by how far can we go, how far can we push it, what industries can we work with, what other teams can we work with, and that's kind of our mindset.
This is the Southwestern Illinois College team. We're pretty experienced in the competition realm and machining because we do a lot of skills. We enjoy it. It's a challenge, but this is a whole new ball game here. This is probably 50 times the skill level you need to be able to compete, and it's fun. I mean, it's a challenge. It really pulls out your creativity. You have a lot more freedom, and man, it's just a blast.
Okay, so the entire premise of this competition is to kind of raise awareness more so to 5-axis machining, something that's more
Welding
evidently, but 5-axis machining, which is more so, has always been held to like a niche of machining, but is more and more becoming more frequent, and it's hard to find operators. So through this competition, it's trying to raise more awareness and be able to, get people more interested in the harder aspects of machining. That way we're able to have more higher paying jobs, more people to support positions that not a lot of people are able to fill because there aren't that many skilled operators. Most people are stuck on, normal CNC mills and lathes, 3-axis, 2-axis machines,
Yep.
not 4- and 5-axis machines that are able to do, an entire part in one setup versus like 4 or 5 setups in the same machine.
I'm Charlie Hahn.
I'm Wyatt Henley.
I'm Noah Stallard. I'm Jacob Corvin.
Program everything now and go out there and can it.
Yeah, we're going to get everything programmed and canned today, and then tomorrow when we're machining, we'll get everything done then. Should work out all right.
Yes. He is.
I'm in the 3rd year of Danville Community College, and I have some experience with 3+2 and 5-axis machining. So I'm sort of the expert for the group, and they're here to help out and give feedback and any ideas they have.
Hi everybody, welcome back to more of It's Janice with me, your host Janice McLean Deloach. I'm joined with Allie Ray of Zeiss. Hi Allie.
How are you?
I am awesome. You are amazing and a wonderful personality. Let's tell people a little bit about who you are and your role at Zeiss.
Yeah. Okay. So we're here at Project MFG. We're one of the partners. We do a lot of the measurement or the metrology side of things. And my role at Zeiss is working with all of the academic customers that we support. So any sort of training, support, technical, marketing-wise, just doing outreach into different students and different academia with metrology.
Now, I must apologize to you and to the viewers for what I'm about to say. When I first saw Allie sitting at the table, I thought, okay, she's just the pretty face that they sat behind the sign. And this is kudos to your company, because tell me a little bit about your background.
So I'm actually a mechanical and biomedical engineering grad, and I do all of the software and hardware technical support on our machines. So at this particular event, yes, I am the pretty face, and I'm here to look good, and I'm doing a pretty good job. But in general, most people don't understand that I do have a technical background, and I do understand a lot of what they're doing here on a technical basis, as well as I have the ability to talk to people and look good.
Like I said, she has a lot of personality, but she's smart too. And I just think that's really amazing to hear you say that. And it's not that I don't believe that you can be all of those things, but I think I look at you and I feel like millennial that you are, and I see pretty female that you are. And I don't know, I guess I got that wrong too. So talk to me a little bit more about being in the industry, just as from a female perspective, and where you feel we could enhance some of those areas.
Absolutely. So it's no shock to me, all these different kind of stereotypes that I've had throughout school. I was 8% of my major in school, 8% were female, so it was definitely male dominated, but like you were saying before, when they see a young female kind of walking around these places, it's not so much, you know, like, what are you doing here? It's, what's your role here? Because most of the time it's recognized that, if anything, you're kind of the computer whiz. But it's not someone who gets their hands dirty, and not someone who knows how to run the machines, or knows the theory behind why they're doing what they're doing. And I think that's the stereotype that most people kind of portray. And it's not to say that I don't think the same thing. I would probably think the same thing if there was another young female here, just kind of a pretty face. But that's just the stereotype that we're trying to transition, and hope in the future there's more female dominance in the STEM field.
And so do you feel like this program could be a catalyst to that? Because I do. I think this is great, you know, and people don't know about it. So what's your thoughts on that?
So I think it's a great idea to promote to young females, specifically looking to go into the trade industry. I did do a 4-year school, so it's a little different, whereas here it's more of the 2-year programs that they're working on. But I think it really does promote, you know, the trade industry, or a different pathway than just a 4-year degree in, say, business or liberal arts degree that most women go into. It's a different pathway, and kind of paving that pathway for females.
My God, I so love you. Can I hug you?
Yeah.
You have just, and earlier we were making faces at the camera, you missed it, but that's us being silly, but you definitely have a serious side. You have a well-rounded background, and I'm just so proud to have met you today, and learned about all the things that women could be doing in this industry and have done. So is there anything else you want to share? Just any thoughts about the program overall, or just even in your industry? Tell me a little bit about your company and what your company does.
Yeah, so our role, or my role specifically within our company, is to promote in educational fields the quality engineering side of things. So they can make
your company.
Carl Zeiss Industrial Metrology. So what we do is we are promoting to academia that not only are they making these parts, but they have to make sure they're correct and to specification. And the first part you make has to be the same as the 1,000th or 10,000th part you make. So you want to make sure that you're remaining in standards. because there are a lot of standards out there. Another thing is just trying to get our foot in the door with different educational customers as well as different students, just to promote the quality side of things. So my role in that is just kind of outreaching to different students, instructors, academia, and really promoting our industry as well as educating people on what it is that we do, and the importance of it in the manufacturing process.
Okay, so when you meet with a potential client, how do you introduce your company? What do you say to them?
So the biggest thing that our customers get from us is we directly work with them. So they don't have to go call our 1-800 line to get any support. They call my phone directly. They get to work with me. I was recently a student, so I know what the students are learning. We also try to create curriculum for them in their classrooms. So we're very supportive in that sense. And then we do a lot of outreach. So we're always willing to go to different conferences, promote in their classrooms, as well as host different events for them in the future, just so the learning never stops. Okay. So that's kind of the benefit of going through us versus an industry. What industry has to go through. We're very specific to students and learning.
I so appreciated meeting you today. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys, stay tuned, and we'll be back to wrap up this segment. We'll be right back. Hi everybody, we're back with more of It's Janice. That's with me, your host, Janice McLean Deloach. So today I want to introduce you to the Executive Director of NIMS. His name is Mr. Montez King. Hi.
Hello. Hi everyone out there.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about how the teams have adopted to the self-paced challenge today.
Well, the self-paced challenge is quite different for the students because they're in the classroom. They're learning learning skills. There's attainment of skills, and so it's all competency based in these programs that are using NIMS credentials to validate their competencies. But in the real world, it's all about how fast you can do something. We expect everyone to comply 100% to any product specification. So what is that factor that we use in judging who wins? And it's time and cost. Time and cost are associated. So in this competition, the teams are required to strategize on the best approach to do the work in full compliance, but in the fastest possible speed to save on time. So they clock in and out of the contest depending on their strategy. And so now they're being forced to work within what they'll face on the job. And that has been a big plus for us in this competition. They're learning so many things about strategy. It's not just about skills. It's you draw upon the skills, but you strategize to win the job. Okay.
Right. And would you just tell us a little bit about the judges? How do you feel that they were good judges? Do you think they really understand? I know they have background in it, but did they really get what you guys are trying to achieve with your contest?
The judges, they've done this has been a fantastic event. The judges have the culture we're looking for. It's not just being a judge for the contest, but it's being a compatriot judge. So you advocate for your team. You're making sure it's fair across the board for the competition, but you're advocating for your team because the stakes are high. And so when they get to the national competition, I mean, I don't know exactly what that prize will be, but it's big. And so having the right culture of judges and a compatriot judge that takes you, and they're synonymous to as your sponsor. They're your mentors, bringing you all the way through the process. And so it's been a great event. We've learned a lot. They've learned a lot. And now we have a good roadmap for the culture that's needed to go to nationals.
I was generally going to just hold on to the mic, but we've been doing it this way, so we're going to finish doing it this way. But, I have to tell you, there's a girl in the competition, and I love that. So that's just my favorite because I'm always rooting for the girls. But they really look like they were focused. I mean, really focused and intense on the competition. And how do you think the students are faring under the pressure of the competition?
Well, it's sweaty palms. So you can practice all day prior to competition. And when you get to competition, is we call it sweaty palms, because now you're under pressure, and that's very similar to the pressure that you'll face on the job. The first start, the first shift in the competition, they're a little nervous, a little jittery, and then after a while it starts to become familiar place to them, and they start to adjust. But as far as a female in the competition, and this is what we're looking for, females out there, we are looking for you. We've found that the females are very successful in this career, and it's not what you think. It's not like this dirty, greasy job where it's not good. You can still be a female and work in this environment and succeed. Actually, statistically, they actually do better than men. So that's a really good thing, and you can make a great living at it. And when you're in that Walmart, you can look at things that are made and say, hey, I know exactly how that was made. I know how that was packaged. I know how this was built. I mean, this is a really good thing.
Yeah, I love that, too, that you guys are talking to the women and just people in general. But I could not help but notice that there could be more diversity in the room. And tell me a little bit about NIMS, and if you guys have a plan to... I know you guys are doing this competition because you want to bring in more people to the program and let them know what's available in this industry. But is there a way to address diversity and cultivate that and bring those people in as well, too?
Yeah, so our platform is national, and we work across the country. Yeah. And so you will notice that the diversity is not where it needs to be. It doesn't necessarily represent our country, but we work to even that out. And we work with a lot of companies that are building their ecosystems or their pipelines to bring in and open up the opportunities to any and everyone who wants to get in, because the only color in this business is green.
That's right.
Every company wants to make money, and you want to open up your doors for anyone that has an interest in working in a high velocity environment where technology constantly emerges. And that's all we care about, is getting people who have a desire and passion to come in. We don't care who you are, but make sure that we have to bring about awareness, because the opportunities are there. It's about awareness. Do you know that it's there? And so that's where we want to make sure that awareness is across the entire country. So if you choose to come in this direction, you have that opportunity.
If people want to participate in this program, is it too late for them to participate in this challenge, or are there other challenge opportunities coming up? And then what happens at the end as far as the finale?
Well, our goal is to get attraction, of course, and IMTS 2020 in Chicago, International Manufacturing Technology Show, in September. That's where we want to showcase what we've been working on in the last 2 years. And if we get that attraction, we like to do this, as a program continuously, and that's when it can open up to a lot of other teams or schools that want to get involved, companies, schools, all types of organizations. Yes.
Well, Mr. King, you are just one of my personal favorites, and I really have to say, you are a hometown hero for me.
Oh, thank you.
You're from Maryland, and I'm always really happy to see minorities, men in positions, or women doing such an awesome job and paving the way for all people across the board. And you just really exemplify such a wonderful person, and you just really are a role model. I mean, I'm not that awe-inspired by many people, but I really see what you're doing and your passion for it, and I just want to congratulate you, and just I'm glad that we had the opportunity to kind of see a little bit behind the scenes. So thank you for that. Okay. If people would like to find out more about this challenge, is there a website or something that they can go to find out more about it?
Yes, you go to the Project MFG website. That's projectmfg.com, and all the information will be there. And I'd like to say to everyone that's viewing your show right now, onward and upward. Let's make this happen. Thank you.
Okay, my pleasure. Thank you. Okay, 1 second. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We'll be back with our close. All right, so we're back to more of It's Janice with me, your host, Janice McLean DeLoach. Now, this wraps up our segment, and I hope that this information was valuable for you. And if not, it's information that you can share with somebody else to help further along their career in manufacturing, in the manufacturing industry. If you want to know more about the other shows that are coming up that I'm covering next, please go to www.janice.media. And you can also follow me on Facebook, and let's see where we'll end up next. So until then, thank you for watching, and we'll see you the next time.